morning. Welcome to Kids Quest Jingle Jam. We are so excited to have all of you here tonight. We are going to have a great time. Few house rules real quickly. Kids, we're going to get up and dance here in a minute and have a good time, but we're going to ask, please stay at the table with your parents. Please don't come up near the stage or on the stage because we do have some props and things like that. We wouldn't want anybody to, we just don't want to knock you down or anything like that. So stay near your table with your parents, but have a good time tonight. And we are going to kick it off right now with our Jingle Jam dancers.
Can you feel it? The magic, Christmas in the air. We're moving and grooving, joyous everywhere. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Snow is falling down. Say, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Can you hear the sound? Say, oh, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, we're just getting started. Let's dance. It's time to jingle, jingle, oh. Everybody get your hands up. Nothing else could be better. Let's dance. It's time to jingle, jingle. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, let it snow. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, here we go. Big holly, jolly. It's the best time of the year. See the wonder in a manger. The whole world needs to hear it. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Snow is falling down. Say, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Can you hear the sound? Say, oh, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, we're just getting started. Let's dance. It's time to jingle, jingle. Oh, everybody get your hands up. Nothing else could be better. Let's dance. It's time to jingle, jingle. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, let it snow. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, here we go.
Take the horse with jingle bells. On the mountain, go and tell. We're shining lights and giving hope. Singing carols as we go. Here with friends and family. So much joy the Savior brings. Peace and love are here to stay. Let everybody know it's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Snow is falling down. Say, oh, 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 oh. Can you hear the sound? Say, oh, we're gonna have a party. Yeah, we're just getting started. Let's dance. It's time to jingle. Oh, everybody get your hands up. Nothing else could be better. Let's dance. It's time to jingle. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, let it snow. Say, fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, here we go. Come on. Say, fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, let it snow. Let's go. Yeah. Fa la la la, yeah. Fa la, here we go. Jingle jam.
All right, we are ready to kick it off tonight. Now, I know some of you have been here in the past, and I know sometimes we have a few mistakes and some things happen, but we're not going to have that this year. We're here to celebrate, to have a great time, to tell your kids the story of what happened on that great Christmas night. And we met with everybody, and this year, finally, we agreed on a theme. And the boys, everyone agreed this is what it's going to be, and they're going to stick with it. So we should not have any problems at all this year. Everything should be. What in the world? What are you two doing?
What do you mean?
You promised to stick with the theme this year. We're doing the theme on the road this year because everybody traveled on the road. Joseph and Mary traveled, the shepherds traveled. I mean, the wise men traveled on the road. The theme was on the road. What are you doing?
We did, and we are. I mean, you know how much effort it took to look this good? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what this is. We were supposed to be wearing Christmas attire.
Yeah, we did.
Christmas attire.
Attire. Oh, we did forget the tires.
Oh, guys, can you bring out the tires?
Yeah.
Tires.
Yeah.
We brought lots of tires.
Yeah.
We decorated them.
We have plenty of tires.
I tire is something you wear.
Are you making a tire joke?
It's,
Listen, we teach the kids not to make fun of people and accept them for who they are.
I'm just a little bit worried here, okay? I want to know, why are you dressed like a cowboy?
Well, after our meeting, I did quite a bit of research and some studying and realized that back then there was no cell phones or anything like that, and everybody had to have been cowboys, you know? Rode horses, did stuff like that, cowboy stuff.
You think they were cowboys back in those days?
I've watched a lot of TV, seen tons of movies. There was no planes, trains, or automobiles, and I mean, they probably had to just sit around and sing campfire songs, play the guitar, and I mean, I know they rode horses because they were always up onto and unto and arrived on, and I don't know if I would name my horses Judea and Galilee, but I wouldn't name my dog Fido.
Galilee and Judea are places. They're not the names of their horses.
Yeah, I know that they all rode horses. The wise men were on horses. I have a picture of it.
There were no pictures back then.
Oh, okay. Then right. So you can explain this? It's even in Spanish. Los tres amigos, the three wise men.
Chad, that is Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase.
Oh, look at Miss Meredith and her biblical knowledge. I know all the names.
Yeah. The biblical names were not in the NIV that I was reading this week. I don't know where you got your information from.
Chad, they did not wear sombreros. The wise men were not, they weren't cowboys. They didn't wear sombreros. Joseph wasn't a cowboy. He was a carpenter. Oh, my God. And what is this?
What?
What?
Yeah,
What
I mean,
are you? I don't even know what this is.
after hearing that, I don't look so stupid now, do you? Because I knew they weren't cowboys.
No, you don't look nearly as stupid as you did a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
What is it? What are you doing?
What do you mean? I mean, like, it was dangerous times back then. I think about the story of, the guy's traveling, and he gets mugged on the road. He's on his road to, like, Judea or something like that.
It was Jericho.
There you go. He gets attacked and mugged and thrown into a ditch. It was dangerous times.
So what does that have to do with this?
You had to think about it. It was more like a Mad Max type movie or something like that. Like, the world was kind of ending. You got to think, Joseph traveling with his pregnant wife across the country. The wise men are traveling with all this gold and frankincense and all that. They've had to have, ready for a fight. The shepherds, they're just killing bears and lions in their free times. It was scary times. You had to be ready for anything.
They didn't have these.
You look like you're dressed like one of the village people.
Yeah, I told you they dress like this in the village.
Not that village, a different type of village person.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
But we did agree on games that go with both of our themes. I don't think it's a problem. I don't understand why you're getting so worked up. I mean,
Yeah.
our games
Here you
work
go.
for both.
Put that on.
Oh, he wants me to be part of the Mad
Yeah.
Max game. Yeah. See? I get to be part of his deal.
The game, no. And what did you, that's why we're no.
I gave him a helmet.
That's no. No one's gonna let their kids come up here and play a game after that.
That's why we asked them to play beforehand. I got people ready to go.
Happy New Year!
Play a game. I'm gonna discuss
I
this
got
with
it.
your
Let's
brother.
go. Yeah, my people that were selected for game one, go ahead and come up here, please. Woo. So, the way this game will work is very simple. Ryan, perfect. Y'all two grab a hammer. Y'all up first. Ladies, y'all step back. All right, stand in the middle. The way it'll work is here in a minute, something's gonna pop out of one of those holes, all right? And you gotta be ready to whack it. First one to hit it back down scores the points. You'll have 6 chances, most points wins.
We're missing Cheryl and Jennifer.
Cheryl and Jennifer, if you were for game one, we need you up here. All right, so, whoa. All right, whenever things start popping up, I don't know what it's going to be, but y'all got to be ready for it, all right? Ready? Go. Oh, we got 1 point over here. Oh, 2 points over here. Oh, 1 point over here. Oh. All right. So Ryan wins that round. Set the hammers down. Hey, y'all take a step back. Here, y'all get on opposite sides of each other. Y'all ready? Huh? Ryan did. Ryan, y'all can come off this way. Great job. We got prizes for all our players. All right. Y'all ready? Go. Ooh. Ooh. We got a winner over here. Good job, girls, right here. Y'all set it down. All right. Give me my ladies first. Y'all can step off this way, ladies. You ready? Yes, ma'am. You're going to go this way right there. You ready? All right. It's about speed. We're going through the different types of weapons. Y'all got to be ready. Go. One more pop up. We got a tie. Ooh, I think we got a winner right here. Great job, ladies. You can walk off this way. All right. All right, y'all ready? We got the big slingers in here ready to go now. All right. So like I said, all right, ready, go. I think that was it. We got a winner over here with Pollard. Great job, guys. Y'all step off this way. Oh, too bad. Y'all give a big hand to my whacking dummies. They did a great job.
Okay, at least you're hitting somebody, didn't knock him on the ground. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave him a helmet. He should have been prepared.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Me and Jan have discussed it backstage, and we have decided that I'm going to let him tell the story, but I get to correct him if he makes any mistakes.
He won't.
Okay. Yeah.
I've heard the story. It's perfect.
Yeah. You didn't even know that the man was going to Jericho.
That's
okay?
not the Christmas story. That's a different story. I can't know them all.
Okay. All right. All right. You get to run the games. Okay, but only the games that were pre-approved the other night.
We still have the fiery arrows. We have the shootout, and then we have the cow pie cornhole.
No. Okay. There are no rocks. There's no fire. There are no cow patties being thrown in this building. Okay. There's no barbed wire. There's no hammer toss. And let me explain to you. I don't want anything that could maim or hurt or kill a child. Get me fired or arrested for endangering these children's lives,
You
okay?
are really tying my hands, and honestly, that's why these kids are so soft. Me and Jad played all these games growing up, and look how we turned out.
That's exactly why I'm not going to let these children play this game. That's your father's fault.
Listen, we take safety very seriously here. See? He'll get back up in a few minutes.
I'm going to go take care of him. You can very carefully do your next
All right,
game.
I got people ready for my second game, too, that can come up here as well. If I asked you to be a volunteer in my second game.
You want the list?
Yes, if they start. Gentlemen, y'all come right over here. Y'all line up right up behind that black line right there.
Brandon.
You get right behind that black line. Ladies, you're going to line up behind this black line. You're going to be right over there behind them. You'll stay on this side. No,
We're missing more. What are we
So
missing?
I should have
We need Leah.
Eric,
We got Leah.
Ryder.
No, I'm
Oh,
supposed to be the
gosh.
replace for Eric.
I'm missing a woman.
Oh, you're replacing Eric?
We need. Can you come up?
Here. Line up right here beside him. For her. Then where's my other? We had one more guy.
Yeah, where's that list?
All right. Well, we figured that out real quick. The way the game will work. You grab these. You step up right here beside her. So y'all will take turns. You'll each throw one. So he'll throw, then you throw. She'll throw, then you throw. Go back and forth. The 4 with the closest in the middle, the one who sticks the most, will be the winner. And you'll wait. You'll play the guys behind you, whoever wins between them, and we'll have a champion of this one. Make sense? All right, so y'all two get ready to throw. You don't want to throw it super hard for it to stick, I'll tell you that. But are you ready? Go for your toss. Throw. Ooh, all right, my other, you ready? You throw. Ooh, oh, we got a stick. There you go, now let's take turns. Now you throw. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, blue won because he got 4 to stick. Oh, green wins. All right, ma'am, you can walk off this way right here. You just step over to the side. Walk that way. They got a prize for you. Here, give me that one.
Oh, I was gonna say, the winners stay up here, right?
Yep. He'll stay there. All right, so same thing, alternate and taking turns. Whoever, y'all can decide who goes first. Oh. So whenever y'all are ready, decide who goes first, and y'all can toss. Ooh. Ooh. All right, I think I think red takes it over here. Green takes it over here. Great job. All right, you ready to step back up? Show them how we do it out in Kids Quest? You ready to represent Kids Quest? You're not going to let these parents win, are you? Don't let these parents come in here and embarrass us on our night, okay? All right. Kids, y'all will throw first, and then the parents, all right? So then you, same thing, so alternating. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. So I'm going to give it. Oh, we got one more? You stick it in there. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to give it to the parents. I think they won on that one. So each side he'll throw from there, give them the red ones. From there on the green ones. You'll throw all 4. Closest ones to the center wins it. Whenever you can throw whenever y'all are ready. Ooh. Ooh. Woo. All right. Great job. Y'all can go off this way. They got a prize for you right off that way. Awesome job. Thank you all. And look at that. No one got seriously injured.
Okay, I'll give you no one got injured, but that's the most dangerous game you've got out here, right?
Well, I mean, you would build up in intensity, typically. You don't start big and then end small. That's not the way you want to do it. So.
Okay, all right. Chad,
Yeah.
what are we going to do now?
But we agree, right, that we can do the Western nativity. I mean, it has, everything you could ever want in a Western story is in the Christmas story.
Why is everything that's in a Western story in the Christmas story?
Romance, Mary and Joseph, a hero, baby Jesus, who came to save us all, and an evil villain by the name of King Herod. Maybe you should read the story.
You got a point.
Okay, do you have actors that you've practiced with, people to do this play?
More or less?
More or less?
I'm more of a whose line is it anyway type of guy.
That's the problem with you. That's what nearly gets me fired every year. Okay, we're gonna go discuss this. You've got one more game. What is that?
I got it!
Ah! He doesn't catch anything I try to throw at him.
I have my eyes closed.
Well, that's not my
Okay,
fault.
we are not shooting little children.
Fine. I guess we'll use like a target or something.
Okay,
we'll
we
figure
can
it
do
out.
that.
All right, give me my people for my third game. If you were one of my volunteers. All right. This one is plain and simple. You're going to take 6 shots. There's 6 cups. Person to knock down the most cups wins. So the person that goes first will either stay or leave the stage, depending on how the person after them goes. Who wants to go first and start it out? You got it? All right, come on. I like the confidence. So, fire. Pull back. You go right over here, ma'am. So behind this line right here, and shooting at the cups. Ooh. Just high. Boom, there we go. Is that 6? Oh, there, that was 6. That was 6, good. 6 shots. Keep loading. All right, so we got 1, so stand right there. You got 1. Here, just in case. I think you may have fired an extra. He's going to reset the cups real quick. And then, now my hands are full. So like I said, count off your shots, 6 shots. Behind that black line that says gun shooting. And whenever you're ready. 1 cup is the one to beat right now. Ooh! Yeah, pull that all the way back. So you hear it click. Push it all the way forward. Ooh, got 2. 3. Keep going, you got 3 more shots. You're gonna go perfect round right here. Woo, 2 more. Oh, just missed the left. 1 more shot. You can still do 5 for 6 right here. Oh, well, 4 is pretty good, so she takes the lead. You'll step off. All right, who's going next? So you'll stay up here. You're our champions. 4 is the one to beat. One of y'all step up. Let's see what y'all got. Come on, girls. All right, here we go. Ooh. There we go, 1. You got to get, from now on, you can't miss. Ooh. One last shot. Let's see what he's got. Oh, I don't think it fired.
That's good. He's already got it.
Yeah. All right, who's next? 4 is still the number to beat. Ready? 4 is the number to beat. You can do this. Step up to this line right here. Right there. Gotta get the rest of your shots in and you win. Hey, you can't keep letting them win, all right? Step up right here to this black line. You got this. There you go. Just pull the trigger. You got it? You can go. Here you go. I'll help you out. Go, come on. You can still win this. Don't miss anymore. All right. Can't miss anymore, okay? Gotta get at least one. One of these steps up there. One more. Last chance. Get it. Y'all give it up for my winner. Awesome job. Got the big prize. Y'all give it up for all our contestants. Woo!
Well, since Miss Meredith kindly let me put on my Christmas show, I do have some actors that I have more or less talked to. So if my actors could go get in positions, they're more or less paid actors, honestly. I pay them in hugs, and I give their kids sugar on Sunday. While they're getting ready, there is a little bit of a backstory, obviously. So, it's my hope dealer. Thank you. All right, well, a long time ago, back before planes, trains, cars, and automobiles, there was a buckaroo and a buckarette by the name of Mary and Joseph. And Mary and Joseph were pledged to be married when Mary would be visited by an angel who would come to her and tell her that she was going to have the child of God. Now, this would be shocking to anybody because Mary was a virgin. And so Joseph, being a skeptical man to say the least, decided that he would leave Mary in secret. Well, the angel would then come to Joseph and tell him not to leave Mary, as she was going to have the Son of God, and he was to help raise this baby boy. Well, the time had come that the king at the time had decided that there should be a census, and everybody had to return home, and so they made a very long journey to the town of Bethlehem, where they would find that there was no room for them to stay. There was no inn to be held in that night. And so they would wind up being put in the stable that night with all the critters, and they would wind up in a dark, cold place with a tiny campfire, a couple ropes, a couple saddles, because that's my Christmas barn. I don't know what your Christmas barn looks like, but that's my Christmas barn. But I still have my animals getting ready. We're good. But so they would take their seat for the night. And during the night, as you can imagine, because, I mean, let's be honest, I have children now. We all have children, most of us in this room. I would hope if you're an adult that you came tonight with no kids, see me afterwards. I'm going to give you a high five. You're my new best friend. Yeah, that means that you've been watching a couple years and going, I'm going to go see that doofus one more time. And so I really appreciate that a lot. And so we all have kids, and as we know, kids do not do the things that we would expect them to do. I have a 4-year-old who the other night, as we were traveling, we were talking together, and she goes, "Hey, Dad, I love you very much." And I said, "I love you too." And she goes, "Dad, I love you 1/100." And I said, "I love you 1/100." She goes, "No, Dad, I love you 1/100/100." And I said, "That is the nicest thing anybody's ever said." And Mom next to me goes, "Mom, Brindley, how much do you love me?" And Brindley, without hesitation, said, "Mom, I love you 1." I turned around, I said, "No, Brindley, you don't love Mom 1, you love her 1/100." She goes, "Okay, 4." I was like, that is just unacceptable. But that's kids, right? And just like kids, baby Jesus would not come at the most opportune time. He would wind up being born in the middle of the night in the manger. Where there would be no blankets for a baby, even though we found one, so we're going to use it tonight. Don't worry about it. They would wrap him in strips of cloth, And then to keep his head warm, because beanies had not been invented yet, they would give him his first cowboy hat. And baby Jesus would be born. And you might be wondering, I do believe, sir, that there were animals in this stable when the baby was born. Well, you would be right. Mary, I'm going to have you take baby Jesus because I've got to go wrangle some critters. Now, I don't know for sure because it doesn't tell us what type of stable this was, but I do believe that our innkeeper who gave them the stable to stay in the night actually was into exotic animals, and so he had the world's largest chicken. My chicken, you're going to come sit over here. Not yet. Right there, chicken. You can take a seat, chicken, if you'll lay an egg. He also had a dinosaur. Told you, exotic animals. You're going to sit on the other side of Mary there, big dino. Perfect. You nailed it. So our innkeeper would let them sleep, and you might be wondering why the dinosaur would not eat baby Jesus. He is the Son of God. That dinosaur knew that this was not a chicken nugget, all right? It understood. And so there was also a second dinosaur. Right there. Just take a seat right where you are. You're perfect, dinosaur. If you can't see it on the screen, baby Jesus is bewildered, as we all would be. Well, as Jesus was sleeping in the manger that night, there were some shepherds out in the fields that were tending their flocks by night, and they would be visited. I got 3 shepherds. Right there, shepherd. You're good. You haven't made it to the manger yet. You're in your field right now. And they would be tending their flocks of sheep by night when an angel of the Lord would appear to them and would say to them, "Behold, unto you a Savior is born. You will find him in a manger, and his name is Jesus. You will go and you will worship your King." So they would get up and they would take their shepherds and their sheep with them, and they would go and worship the newborn King. And then after they had worshiped the new king, they would go back to the field because the sheep were looking mighty tasty to the dinosaurs. And then from the east, there was a star that these wise men were following. And these wise men were Steve riding his camel, Martin riding his donkey, and Chase riding Stripes. He wanted to be a racehorse, but he was a zebra. They would travel from the east where they would find King Herod. They would find King Herod, and they would ask him, they would ask him where they could find the newborn king so that they may go and worship him. Now, the villain King Herod had no intent of going to worship the king, the baby Jesus, but he would tell them, "Hey, when you find that baby, you let me know, because I would also like to go worship this baby," which he had no intention of worshiping the baby. He wanted that baby gone because he didn't want to be giving up his crown to a baby, which, I mean, I understand. I didn't want to give up my life for a 1-year-old, but here I am. And so they would leave King Herod, and they would continue to follow the star until they had stopped above Bethlehem, where they would find Mary and Joseph, and they would present him with gifts of of Uncle Murr's finest drink, his first golden gun, and the stuff that made Frank have some sense. And then the angel would tell them not to go back the way they had came and tell Herod, but to actually take a totally different route where they would avoid King Herod altogether. And then after they had been visited by dinosaurs, sheep, shepherds, wise men riding zebras, they would wind up having the most silent night that you have ever seen.
I wish it had been a silent night. Tonight, dinosaurs, giant chickens. You really think this is how the Christmas story went?
I do know that this is how it went. They even wrote a carol about it.
There's a Christmas carol about giant chickens and dinosaurs.
Yes, there is. Would you like to hear it?
Are you going to sing it?
No, absolutely not.
Thank God. Okay.
I am tone deaf and other things.
Yeah. Fine. Let's hear the Christmas carol.
And by the way, while she comes out to perform this beautiful carol, you don't know that there weren't dinosaurs yet then. All right? Nobody knows anything about this story. All we know is there was a baby and dinosaurs. Don't worry about it.
On the road they go. They can't wait to get to Bethlehem. The wife he loves is climbing on a donkey. They can't wait to get on Bethlehem. On the road they go. Mary's back is killing her again. She can't wait to lay down in a bed. She can't wait till the hotel at the end. On the road they go. Joseph forgot to reserve the hotel. They'll make the best of it. He's praying for her, but we'll have the house. But in the hay is where Jesus lay. Gabriel the angel showed up again, singing glory to God with his friends. And the shepherds ran up the road again. On the road they go, like a band of gypsies, they go through the desert. They're the wise men, following the star that's showing them the way. And their way is Bethlehem. They all took the road to get to him. Jesus was born that night to be your best friend. So let's all remember Bethlehem. Remember the road to Bethlehem. Remember the road to Bethlehem.
Mary, you forgot Jesus. That doesn't happen till later.
That's it. That's it. You are not coming back next year. That is.
Joke's on you. I know the pastor pretty personally.
Get off. Get off.
All
You're
right.
done. And take your brother with you.
I'm taking my dinosaurs too.
That's. The Christmas story is a little bit different. Well, here we go. Let's have somebody that's mature and responsible and an actual teacher come out and start this for us.
I think she meant old by that, but that I'll take it. All right, so the actual story of Christmas, it's a little bit different. Same characters, or at least similar. I don't remember the dinosaurs, but it's different. See, before Jesus was born, the Israelite people, also known as the Jews, had to work for a relationship with God. They had to travel many miles during the year to go to the main church in Jerusalem to worship him. They had to make sacrifices to pay for the wrong things that they had done. They had a list of laws and rules they had to live by. It was very difficult for the people to keep up with all it took to be near God. And no surprise, they didn't do a very good job of it. As a matter of fact, they messed up so bad that they had lost their country and were living under the Roman government. They were praying and waiting for God to rescue them, just as he promised he would hundreds of years before. So after hundreds and hundreds of years, the people struggling to keep God's commandments and laws God decided to make it easier for people to have a relationship with him. He wanted to get rid of all the obstacles and make it simple for people to stay close to him. But something or someone had to pay for the sins of the world. That sacrifice, it had to be absolutely perfect. And there was only one way for that to happen. So God allowed his only son, Jesus, to be born on this earth to do just that.
So an angel did appear to Mary, and his name was Gabriel, and he told Mary that she would be having the Son of God. She was engaged to a man named Joseph. They weren't married yet, but he told her it will be a miracle, and it'll be okay. Now, when Joseph realized that Mary was pregnant, he was troubled, of course, and he was going to break off their engagement, but Gabriel appeared to him and told him, Mary's going to have the Son of God, the one promised hundreds of years before that. He's going to be the one that saves the world. And you're to name him Jesus, Joseph, and raise him as your own. Now, they were together, and months go by, and just as Mary's getting ready to have the baby, the Roman government sent out an order that all people had to return to their families' hometowns for a census. They had to be counted. It was a command from the Romans, so Joseph and Mary couldn't ignore it. So despite Mary being very pregnant at this time, they traveled a long, dusty road. It was hard. It was about 90 miles for them to get there, taking maybe a week or more to make the trip. When they arrived in Bethlehem, they couldn't find a place that was private, that was nice and easy to get into, that Mary could have a place to have the baby. So Joseph found the next best thing. He found a stable. He got some clean hay and put it into the feeding trough, and there Mary had the baby. And sure enough, the Bible does tell us that a group of angels appeared to some shepherds who were near Bethlehem, taking care of the flock during the night. The angels told them about the birth of Jesus and that he was the baby that had been sent to save the world. So the shepherds traveled the road leading back into Bethlehem, and they found the baby just as the angels had told them. And they bowed down and worshiped the baby that would someday be known as King of the Jews. And soon after all this took place, Joseph found a much better place for Mary and him and Jesus to stay. And while they were there, more visitors came to see them. The Bible tells us that the wise men had seen the star when they were in the east, and they had traveled a long time over probably a very dangerous road just to come and see this child. Along the way, they did stop and see King Herod and told him about the baby, which lets us know that they were very important men, because you don't just get to stop in and talk to a king without being invited first. When they found the house where Joseph and Mary were staying, they bowed down and worshiped Jesus, and they gave gifts to him, very extravagant gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And that's our Christmas story, but it doesn't end there. The best part of the story is still yet to be told. See, God was letting us see at this time that anybody and everybody could have a relationship with him if they were willing to recognize his ultimate gift in his son Jesus. Young, poor men like the shepherds, rich men who weren't even Jewish like the wise men. God wanted to have a close relationship with people. So 33 years after the birth of Jesus, who lived a perfect life with no sin, never doing anything wrong, kids, he paid the ultimate price for all the sins and all the wrong things of the world by giving his life on the cross. And each and every one of us who are willing to acknowledge that gift, we have that chance to have that relationship with God. The great thing about all this is that after these events, people never again had to go through all the things they had gone through before to have a relationship with God. They never had to live a life full of laws and rules to have a relationship with God. They never had to travel to worship God. They never had to make sacrifices for everything they had done wrong, because Jesus' Spirit would be with them if they accepted his gift for them. Now, anyone that asks Jesus to be with them and accepts that gift never has to be far away from God again, because he made that way for us to have a close relationship with him. We never again have to be alone. We never again have to feel abandoned by God. We never have to doubt God's love for us ever again.
When this broken world is breaking me down, when my tears and knees both fall to the ground, when my questions make me doubt you more than ever, you remind me that your answer's always never. Never forgotten, never forsaken, never abandoned, not for a second. I am safe in your hands, always and forever. Never not working, my heart is the proof. There's not a broken, too broken for you. Will there ever be a day when you're not holding me together? You say never. Every single time I look back, I see there's never been a promise you didn't keep. You don't waste the words you use them for the better. When it comes to you, your answer's always never. Never forgotten, never forsaken, never abandoned, not for a second. I am safe in your hands, always and forever. Never not working, my heart is the proof. There's not a broken, too broken for you. Will there ever come a day when you're not holding me together? You say never, you never let me down. No, you never let me down. And did you ever let me down? Never, never. You never let me down. No, you never let me down. When did you ever let me down? Never, never. Never forsaken, never abandoned, not for a second. I am safe in your hands, always and forever. You never not working, my heart is the proof. There's not a broken, too broken for you. Will there ever come a day when you're not holding me together? You say never. You never let me down. When did you ever let me down? Never. When did you ever let me down? Never, never. You never let me down. Never.
Okay, let's pray. Dear Lord, just want to thank you for a great night. A lot of fun, family and friends, Lord, and it's great to just get together and have a great time. And thank you for that, Lord. But we really want to thank you for the ultimate gift, Lord, for sending your Son down to having him live a perfect life, ultimately paying a sacrifice for us and dying on the cross. And that's not where the story ends. It ended when 3 days later he overcame death and rose again, Lord. And he paid the path so that I can go to heaven, so that we can all go to heaven, Lord. Just want to thank you so much. I pray that all these people here, as we go through the next few weeks, it is about fun. It is about family, toys, and presents, and having a blast. But it's bigger than that, Lord, and it's about you sending your Son. And we thank you for that, Lord. It's in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Well, thank y'all so much. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry.
Wait. Do I see tears?
No, you were crying. We weren't crying.
I was crying. What's wrong? Did it get to you?
What gets to me?
Did you maybe figure out that you need to ask God for forgiveness?
I was cutting onions in the back room.
Yeah.
About how the dinosaurs went
Yeah. Her song choked you up.
Giant chicken.
I hope everybody here enjoyed the night despite the story that the boys told. And that maybe your kids will remember the story, not exactly the way they told it, but will help them to remember the Christmas story. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, but I really want to thank all of our cast and all of our members that helped out with this. So I want all of our team to come out here real quick. Come on out here, line up, take a bow. These are the guys that, and there are more, some of them are already couldn't be here tonight for different events, but these are the guys that work in Kids Quest every week with your kids. These are the teachers and the small group leaders, the leaders of our music. These are the guys that are impacting the lives of your kids. And if you don't have a church with your kids, you're visiting here at the Quest tonight, we hope you'll come back and check us out on a Sunday morning. We don't do it quite like this every Sunday morning, and I promise we stay more with the Bible version of it, okay? But our kids have a good time every Sunday. And the great thing about this team, and I wanted to point out, is the fact that raise your hand if you were raised up through Kids Quest and now are serving in Kids Quest. That's the ones that are making a huge impact. Lorna, our singer tonight and all. So thank you guys so much for all you did. I want to invite everybody back. If you do not have a place on Christmas Eve to go, we want to invite you to our Christmas Eve gatherings here at the Quest Church. We have 3 that morning, just as we normally do, so 8:30, 10, and 11:30. We'd love to have you out here. If you don't attend church somewhere, we would love for you to check out the Quest. And tonight, we hope that you just hang out for a little bit, that your kids had a good time. They all will leave with a swag bag when they go out the door. And then there are a few photo op areas that we have set up on the side and up in the loft area outside. And we ask that you just take some time, take some pictures with your family. And we hope that you are encouraged and that your kids will remember the Christmas story tonight. And that if there's ever any doubt, they'll remember that God will never leave them, never forsake them. He is always with them forever. I'm not letting y'all say anything. Good night. Thank you so much for the evening.